Pommie Lutchman is the founder and CEO of the 18-year-old startup Ocular Technologies, the former chairman of the board at the Contact Center Management Group. A seasoned executive, a specialist customer engagement and digital experience solution provider, and tech incubator that provides intelligent interaction management, robotic process automation, natural language processing, and cognitive analysis and design, as well as contact center technologies, workforce management, and social media integration solutions to the Southern Africa region.
Cool. Can everybody see that? Good.
We can see, thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on belaboring the point around vision. I think Simon Sinek said it quite clearly that there has to be certain criteria with regards to vision. But I want to start off by saying that if you can see my video, my company's name currently, one of the companies that I have founded, is called Ocular Technologies. And I believe in vision so much that I actually named my company out of it. Vision for me is also present in the newest company that I've launched, a company called Umbono Cloud Services. But just for those people that don't know the name, Umbono is a Zulu word for vision, or could also be translated as an idea, imagination. And if you go to the Toza explanation, it's something perceived in the mind or seen in a dream. And I think in terms of vision, it's really important for us to understand that without vision, you don't have a direction. Without vision, you don't have a perceived view of where you want to pitch your business, where you want to pitch to investors, where you want to pitch to customers for that matter, which is also quite important. And again, Simon said it quite clearly, as long as you are providing a service and you understand what that service is, you have built your vision out of that perspective as well. One thing when we talk about vision, and when I look at vision, a saying comes about, like in the golf world, they say if you don't look at where you're hitting the ball, you'll never get there. So I notice Mark's nodding his head. As a golfer, you understand that it's really important that you have a target to focus to. And that I think is what vision is. Also, when you apply vision to the future, and this is not just talking about business vision, but personal vision, personal goals, personal ambition. The idea is that you're creating a mental picture. So going back a few minutes to the founders that did their hot seats earlier, I'd like to ask you the question, have you created that mental picture of where you want this thing to be? And for me, starting the business 27 years ago, actually, the first thing that I came up with was the brand and the vision. I didn't look at how we're going to structure the finances, how we're going to go out and recruit staff and get bank loans and all of this stuff. What came out of it was the brand and the vision. So importantly, if you can create a mental picture, you can perceive yourself being in that picture, you could use it to direct your actions. In fact, vision is so important in a business that when you choose an incorrect vision for the thing that you are trying to resolve, you could actually make it come to reality. It's that important for us in our businesses. Also, very importantly, vision serves as a guide that can be used to provide a sense of purpose. And again, I think Jacobus and the Found Institute team knows how we present our sessions by now. So the video that they presented portrayed it quite clearly. If you are developing a solution, a product, a service, there is some sense of purpose behind it. It might be a personal thing, eradicating multiple sclerosis, as an example, could be as a result of someone in your family or your spouse or your child that has been inflicted with it. So your vision serves as your guide to provide that sense of purpose. Now, one thing I just want to mention as a footnote here. A lot of people say you need to create your vision, and out of your vision, you create a vision statement, and then the vision statement's got these bullet pointed lists of what you're going to do for the future. Can I tell you, as a business owner and entrepreneur, that probably never gets done. It never gets written down. It never gets put into a PowerPoint presentation. It never even gets pitched to anybody, but it is up here. It's what you are driving yourself to provide that sense of purpose. And I think that for me is why vision is important. let's talk a little bit further down, drill down into why is it important for a business. More than anybody, Keshni knows a little bit of my history, but I believe there are two factors that make a business a success. One is vision. You have to have that vision. The second one is resilience, is the ability to trudge through mud when all you see is mud. And I think by having a vision, if you know what it is, if you know where you're going to hit that golf ball, you would very easily overcome roadblocks and hurdles. So very important. This is point number one in my list. It might be point number 5 or 6 in somebody else's, but in mine, it's there to overcome roadblocks and hurdles. Secondly, it's there to substantiate your goals. Again, if you don't decide on a goal and you don't try and achieve a goal, it's different. It's difficult for you to achieve it. If you don't try and visualize a goal, it's difficult to achieve it. But having a vision substantiates the goal. Looking again at our hot seat founders, they've come up with an idea. It might be at ideation stage, it might be at prototyping stage, it might be already where it needs to be scaled. But your vision for that solution or that product is what substantiated your goal. You knew what you wanted to achieve, and you might already know what you want to achieve if you're at the ideation stage. So another reason for having a vision is substantiate the goals that you set. Also, more than anybody else, entrepreneurs set very high expectations for themselves. There's nothing wrong with that, but just be prepared to be disappointed, because the larger the expectation you create yourself, the more you need to put into it in terms of your focus, your vision, your mission, your drive, and your resilience, but be prepared to be disappointed. Having a vision where you've actually mapped out and blueprinted what it is that you want to achieve, it does tend to set that expectation for you, brings the expectation down. Every entrepreneur will always set the expectations too high. It does also add focus. I mentioned earlier, we have a very wide range, a very wide descriptive range of what your idea is. It's now about adding the focus, trying to find the very specific things, 2 or 3 points of your product or your solution or your service that is going to give your vision focus, so you can pinpoint and find that hole that you're looking for with your golf ball. And then finally, it does deliver meaning and purpose. I know very few people in my personal circle as well as in my professional circle that don't do what they do without purpose. I don't know anybody that is just trudging along because it's a job. All of the people that I tend to gravitate towards as well have meaning and purpose in what they're doing. And I think having a vision and identifying what that vision is does tend to give you the ability to deliver that mission. So very quickly, how do you write a vision statement? This is now you've come up with the idea, you know what the goal is, you know what you want to achieve, you know more importantly when you want to achieve it by. How do you put it down on paper? One, projecting to the future. Where do I see this product, solution, service, team in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time? And also just another side note in terms of us as mentors and investors, potential investors, we're also looking at it in terms of those time frames. We're not going to ask you, where do you see yourself in 6 months? Because that's way too short. That's 5 minutes in investment terms. Where do you see yourself in five years? Where do you see the product or solution in 5 years? That's very important. It also determine your position. When you're writing your vision statement, what is it that you're focusing on and where are you focusing it? Is it a South African-owned solution, continental-wide? Are you targeting the Middle East, etc.? It does determine your position of your product and your solution. It also put boundaries to your success. So it doesn't help if you've got a vision and you've got a solution that you're building, and then you get the opportunity to, say you're doing something in the creative world, and you get the opportunity to be awarded for something that is related to infrastructure. 2 different ball games, different sort of successes. The vision does give you an idea of how to create a boundary around your success. Very important, conduct research. When you're writing your vision statement, see what other people in the industry are doing. If you're the first, if you're the Ubers out of the world, try and identify what it is that's going to trip you up in your research. What are the pitfalls that you might encounter, and use that research in building your vision statement. And then finally, create a measurable goal. It doesn't help that you want to achieve 50 million subscribers in your online app, and 26 million of those are unemployed, and it's a subscription service. Be realistic. Create a measurable goal. Look at those goals specifically in terms of your vision, and put that into your vision statement. And my parting shot, just a last thing. I'm not sure where this came from, but when I read about it, when I was doing a little bit of research for the slide deck, I came across it. Vision is the ability to close your eyes and imagine a future that does not yet exist. Is the ability to see beyond the mess that may be in front of you, to abstract away from it, to clean it up, and hopefully see a better future that does not yet exist. I thought that perfectly sums up what I would see as vision. Thank you. That's my time.